Howdy folks, Monty here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, we're going backwards. We're doing White Dwarf 99. Really the period of White Dwarf that I'm much more, enamored with, let's just say. So, 111, I think will be the ending, the squat one. And I've got only just a couple more. I might throw another one in between, but I was looking through my White Dwarfs. These are all officially duplicates as well, I need to point out. They're just in a different part of my shelf, so I didn't see them when I was doing the initial duplicate recording. If folks are interested, please do add me on Facebook. Thanks to Andrew Pavone for doing that. Not sure what insights I can give or what insights he can give me, but it's just fun just to get a sense of who the viewers are. And if anyone else wants to do that, please do. And also, if you like this content and you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. That's a great way of just letting me know that I should make more content. And people do occasionally subscribe to the channel. And also like it if you like the content. I know people normally say that just ad nauseum at the start of their videos, and I always forget. I was looking for the additional ball boy, still haven't found it, which is why I'm doing the older White Dwarves. And yeah, my copy of the rule book, who knows where it is? It still says it's in Memphis as of Friday, and nothing up until today. So 3 days worth of it not being accounted for, plus the weekend, which is normally accounted for in these kind of transitory things. So who knows? My hope is that it arrives tomorrow, but who can predict these things? What I can predict, however, is that I have White Dwarf 99 here. This is a classic issue. 100 is a favourite of mine as well, but I do like 99. I like some of them like 96 and earlier as well. I might actually go back in order to do this. But on the page here, we have Warhammer 40,000 Rogue Trader. The miniatures are starting to come out, and this is just a bunch of Eldar. Looking very... Did any of these Eldar carry on? Or I think they were all resculpted. This looks very familiar, but I think they resculpted that one too. So all these Eldar are just for the Rogue Trader era. Beautiful sculpting as well. Are these Jez Goldwyn? Where does it say? Well, yep, Jez Goldwyn. I was right. Jez Goldwyn. There we go. So here we see it is March 1988. So many years ago. Such an amazing issue. And the editor currently is Sean Masterson. So obviously we're taking a trip back in time. Well, at least a year or two from when I last started recording these things. And let's have a look at the contents. Many options. Let's move to the first one here. So this is, what are these? Curse the Tomb King, or Mummy's Tomb, and Heroes and Dungeon Quest. Look at this. Is this a third-party game? I'm not sure. So anyway, we have a very dark photo, very akin to Games Workshops at this time. White Dwarfs at this time, more importantly. And a little bit of hieroglyphics. See the page, 6 pages there. And here we have a bunch of unknown folks who are part of the culture shock. Ravening Madness Manifests. Wow, that's interesting. What we've got here, a bunch of dudes. Cruising for a Bruising. This is an orc vehicle and a half. Not one that I have close by me, but still beauty. And yes, these adventurers, they're very nice. Mainly Warhammer 40,000 by the looks of it, Rogue Trader adventurers, but is there a Rogue Trader in their midst? I'm not sure. It's a halfling cook for sure. And a bunch of just these are Psyker. A pre-Psyker. This is a squat. So yes, very characterful. Who does the sculpting on these? Does it say? Bob Naismith, so Trish Morrison, Ali Morrison, Bob Naismith, and Mark Copplestone. No wonder they are characterful figures. Here we go. Oh, letters page. I was actually responsible for the letters page being reinstated in some issues. I probably should bring that issue out and actually show it, because it features some of Fred Reed's painting and some of the orcs from the US Army, which I think I've featured on this channel up until now, or maybe talked about a little bit. But lots of letters to the editor. Look at this. We get into Critical Mass, Hero Quest, Dungeon Quest. The greatest heroes of their time. Wow. This is an actual miniature. I wonder if they're all based on miniatures. I think that one's a miniature too. This one I think is a miniature as well. So yes, these are just the drawings of said miniature, which you can obviously play in Hero Quest, Dungeon Quest. Oh, don't you like this? So this is the starting of Publisher's Paper Tiger. I've got a book called Paper Tiger, which is heroes of the old Hammer world. Look at this. Thrud the Barbarian. This dates when this one was made. Is that a chainmail bikini or a fur-skin bikini? I think it's a fur-skin bikini. I once got into a debate with a co-worker about chainmail bikini and the reasons and benefits of chainmail bikinis, and I think it's a self-fulfilling discussion, but no, he wanted to make a point of how unrealistic it was. So anyway, my view is these things shall pass. Anyway. Games Workshop, Plaza Centre, Oxford Street, London. That's a very desirable address on Oxford Street. Look at that. I wonder if there's still a Games Workshop. I think I know where that is. And there might be a Games Workshop on the other side of the road now, I think. I once bought a miniature case there so I could get into the Orcs Nest and buy some miniatures in the Orcs Nest and not have them thrown around. These are classic miniatures right here. As are these. They're all classic miniatures. So here Blanche's babies. Look at this. Ooh, we're getting very much into Realm of Chaos time. Artwork, chaotic column. Look at that. The Ritual. Look at this thing. It's a nice Skaven. That's a nice Skaven. So is this Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay environment? The house, they look like Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay stats. Looks like Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. Talisman Timescape. Wow. Never played, I don't think I ever played Talisman, but I do have some of the figures, if you'll remember. Actually, when I was picking up the duplicates, I was moving my magazines aside to not pull out in front of the Talisman figures and have them fall to the ground. But beautiful minis. Are any of them here? No, these are townsfolk. So these are, who sculpts these? Designed by Trish Morrison and Mark Copplestone. Well, that's quite a pair teaming up. You can see which parts Trish did and which parts Mark Copplestone did. I think the heads are all Mark Copplestone. But don't quote me on that. He's a drunken dwarf, always very important. Elf cavalry. Look at these. Good combination of high elves and wood elves by the looks of things. I don't see any dark elves. Maybe that's a dark elf. That looks like a dark elf. But yeah, just some beauties there. And of course the... he's a Skaven leader? That can't be Skaven leader. That must be this guy. Maybe a bit further on. But yes, lots of Skaven. Skaven, when they first came out, i.e. in these issues, were just so visceral. I've tried to... My Skaven, not really an army, more like a large horde. Certainly brings me back these memories. Index Astartes. Oh, someone has actually cut this magazine. Look at that. Look at that. Missing pages. This is why I have a duplicate of this one. I probably should have checked the magazine first and presented the non-cut version to you, but it's the nature of these reviews. This is just such beautiful stuff. These miniatures with the skulls painted on them and these kind of things. I've gone through and found a series of salamanders for my friend Mike, who may or may not be here. I'll have to send them to him if he doesn't end up coming to Vegas. But yeah, I've found some with some beautiful kind of, well, salamander heads basically on the shield, on the, what do you call those things? Not shields, what are they called? On the shoulder pads. Yeah, just beautiful freehand painting by the looks of things. Wow, look at this. Graham Davis. Gosh. Call of Cthulhu Adventure. Now that is a game that I have a friend, in fact I have a couple of friends that play. Barney Dicker, formerly of My Rules Are Better fame, and also his friend, what's his friend's name anyway? They play Call of Cthulhu, and I asked them whether it was worth getting into, because I'm looking for a new addiction, being gainfully paid again. Look at this stuff, a Call of Cthulhu. You'd never see this in White Dwarf of, 10 issues following. And look at this stuff. This is a beauty. I've always liked that. I've never had Namble, but yes. I've certainly had a few of these miniatures. I think I sent most of them to Rochi Rochford, and he still probably has them somewhere. And I have a few that were painted as well, probably by Oscar Lars, I think. Look at this, we're still in Call of Cthulhu land, clearly. Look at this stuff. Keeper's information, conclusion keeper's information. Is Call of Cthulhu slightly different stats than you'd see in one fantasy roleplay. Oh look, someone has fallen asleep. Graham Davis at his keyboard. He's being photographed accordingly. Hopefully they didn't superglue his forehead to his keyboard. That would have been, that's a different magazine, I think. Anyway. Is this the location of a classic heavy metal dwarf figure? Probably coming up in the next pages, I think. But, yes. There it is. There it is, our favourite little dwarf. Probably before he had dental work. I'm not sure if contemporary John Blanchard has similar teeth missing. Or is it a feature of John Blanchard? I think it is. Well, he's credited up here. And I don't think it's Sean Morrison. I think that's Sean Masterson. I think that's Sean Masterson. But I just love the swirl shields, how to paint the swirl shields. And there he is. Putting his face to it. I certainly remember there being more detail with regards to the swirl shields, but maybe I'm just remembering the same piece of artwork with a bit more Blanchard. Yes. Say it a few times and it works. Has someone cut the page here too? Page cuts. What can you do about them? Gosh, this magazine has been in the wars. Probably before I got my hands on it. Oh, look at all this good stuff. Star Trek, the Golden Medusas. I've not heard of the Golden Medusas. Trade and Overseas Inquiries, welcome. Okay. So this is TM Games that make, do they make Battletech? Will they make Battle Force? I don't know if that's Battletech. Renegade Legion Interceptor. Look at all these fun things. Chapter approved. This is a early 40k. What are they talking about here? Oh, look at this. Various pieces of mortar. The mole mortar, which obviously is the reverse to an actual mortar, goes into the ground. Land speeder. Look at these beauties. I have one of these, or I had one of these that I sent to Rochi. He's probably still got it somewhere in his collection of Tom Barbalay things. And look at these classic Space Marines going after the Ambles. And I have this somewhere, so maybe I'll pull that out and do a flip through of it as well. I need to time myself associated with what the Warhammer the Old World rulebook will be like. I'm wondering if I do it in 3 parts. I'm thinking currently 3 parts. Beautiful chapter approved logo. I don't make them like that anymore. And on the back here, Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. Well, folks, I may be away next week, so I'm going to try to endeavour to get a few more of these recorded before then. But your fix of Monty Perambles through White Dwarfs hopefully will be satiated with the upcoming ones that I have, and I may record a couple to put in the feed to be released at particular times while I'm away. I don't know how I'll do it, but I might do something like that. Like I say, if you like this stuff, please like, please subscribe, please add me on Facebook, please, leave comments. It's always good to get comments from viewers, and it's always good, particularly viewers that have never seen this stuff before and aren't aware of my standard format of doing things, which some might refer to as slapdash, but anyway, it does what it says on the packet. Tom Barbalay in Las Vegas, Nevada, signing out.